Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Cox, and I'm the host of the New America Movement. I have my co-host with me, Jordan Cox. Jordan, say hello.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
We got a great show for you today, and we want to talk about something that's going to sort of, I guess it might shock you. Some ways it does mean, some ways it doesn't. Hillary Clinton, she gets on a podcast. I think it's a podcast, and I'm sure it's played around.
I don't know. She's just talking.
And she's rattling, and she's talking about some of the most unbelievable junk I've ever seen in my life.
My God.
And, you know, folks are kind of making fun of her with this that have any sense. And she's trying to say, folks, the elections in 2024 might be stolen again. They're just on this rampage. It's amazing. They have preached this message for years, for decades. They're talking about, our election was stolen. Stacey Abrams said Hillary accused Trump of stealing the election. And it goes on and on with these left-wing Democratic politicians claiming that they were cheated out of their election. And it seems like the only song they have is to say, now we are whining about elections being stolen. Jordan, what do you think about this?
Well, I think we should hear it from Hillary Clinton herself. So we're going to play this video real fast.
I know we're all focused on the 2022 midterm elections, and they are incredibly important. But we also have to look ahead, because you know what? Our opponents certainly are. Right-wing extremists already have a plan to literally steal the next presidential election. And they're not making a secret of it. Just think, if that happens, the 2024 presidential election could be decided not by the popular vote or even by the anachronistic Electoral College, but by state legislatures, many of them Republican-controlled.
So she literally says, now this is what I think, this is what's going on. This is what I think. I don't think that she really believes that the election is going to get stolen. I don't think she believes that.
She's trying to tarnish the Republican Party.
That's exactly right. So she comes in and says that get ready because Republicans already got a plan to, steal the election in 2024. Now, the reason that's so funny is because for how long now have they been saying, hey, we don't want any election deniers as president. We don't want Ron DeSantis. We don't want anybody else like that that says that the 2020 election with Joe Biden and Trump was stolen. We don't want anybody like that. That's what they keep saying. They call them election deniers. Biden made a whole speech about how half the country was terrorists because they believed that this was a stolen election. That there's no way this man got this many votes, right? Then they turn around and never mention Stacey Abrams, who since 2018 has said the election was stolen from her. No? Nobody? Liberals? No? Oh, okay. So, then we have Hillary Clinton. Still says her election was stolen by Trump. So what my thing is it's a clear line here of hypocrisy and sitting here saying, you know what, you're doing this, we're doing this, but we're going to condemn you for doing the same thing we're doing just because we don't like you. And we want to win and we don't want you to win. That's all this it's a little high school game that they're playing, and it's right in front of our faces. Guys, this is just to me, it's funny. To me, you got Hillary Clinton literally saying that the election is going to be stolen in 2024. What happened? So it's terrified of the red wave. They are anything goes right now for liberals. Anything goes right now for the liberals. Anything. Because they are terrified because they know they're going to get shellacked. They know they're going to get shellacked all through these elections. And so it's one of these things where how can you sit here and say that you don't want any election deniers, but yet you want to vote for Hillary Clinton?
I think a lot of this too, and the point she's trying to make is that the Supreme Court is so far right-wing conservative that they're going to use a tool by allowing the representatives of every state to choose the next president. That's what she's saying. She says the Supreme Court, this conservative movement, and it's only one that swings it. And, and ever since Kavanaugh got elected, they've just gone crazy with the Supreme Court. They hate its existence now.
Even try to kill him.
And when it happened, they played it down. Like it was no big deal.
And then suppose the house gets broken into and makes news for 5-6 days to a week.
And if he did get killed, then they would have simply said that, well, it's because he ran his mouth and said things that shouldn't have said. So they would have downplayed that. So since Kavanaugh has been elected, they've gone crazy with the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. And what she's trying to say is that this conservative body, the Supreme Court, is going to pass a ruling, a law that gives this authority to every state, and the House in every state will choose that president. Now, is that going to happen? Probably not. But they're afraid and scared to death that if that happens, then it'll only be Republican leadership that gets in these offices again. And, and that's going to terrify this group. But now the question I want to ask you, Jordan, is if the Supreme Court was liberal and they voted left instead of right, and they said that they were going to give this authority to the House to elect the next president, I wonder what Hillary Clinton would be saying.
She would literally be like,
the best thing since cotton candy.
She would literally be on every news network and everything talking about how amazing the Supreme Court is, how amazing Congress is, how amazing this stuff is, how great it is. That's what she, instead of condemning it, she'd be praising it. It's all because Republicans are on it. And so when you get this type of situation where you have a woman that's this crazy and maybe, has killed people or not, it's just the point. First of all, if you elect any Democrat after saying mainstream media and liberals that you don't want any election deniers, if you elect somebody that has ever denied an election, you're a hypocrite. Well, because since like 2000, people have been questioning our elections.
Yeah,
since 2000, and so it's not nothing new. It just was polarized when Trump was in office, and Joe Biden beat Trump. So everybody was like, "Whoa," So it was one of those things. People were like, "This has got to be so." There's no way this guy got this many votes, and there's still some stuff that went on in that election. So now you have Hillary Clinton saying on the record, "Get ready, the Republicans are coming. The Republicans are coming. They're coming to cheat. They're coming to steal an election again because they stole it from me. They stole it from me." You got Stacey Abrams. Oh, the Republicans are coming. The Republicans are coming. They're like little minions running around and just screaming the same thing, and it's not making any sense. And they're trying to find the big, what's the dude's name off of the Minions group or something like that. They're waiting on him to come up with a plan. And they're running around like little minions. Election stolen, election stolen, election stolen. And it's like, how can you sit here and say that all of this you can't have in an office and a president, but yet you are the same thing, and you're telling them to vote for you and people like you? That's interesting.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Well, it goes to show you that they will do whatever they need to do to stay in power. I'm going to close with this remark. If they had a better game, they'd be playing it. The only game they have is January the 6th and stolen elections. The only game they have to win in these midterms is what they're going to play on is women's rights and abortion. You take those two things away, the Republicans have done it. They have not accomplished. The Democrats have not accomplished anything. They have no plan forward, and they have no game. Oh, they're going to talk about the infrastructure bill, but you borrowed trillions of dollars to pay for it. Anybody can do that. That's not fixing a problem. That's throwing money at it. That's not solving anything. That's fixing one thing and creating another problem that's just as bad.
Be careful now. You're speaking logical.
Well,
you spent some facts.
So it's just the facts. So what they're going to do is play on January 6th on abortion and hope they can sway enough voters to hold on to the House and the Senate. But I got news for you. They're going to lose that, and they're going to lose it big. I'm excited about it. I'll be in Europe that week, but I've already pre-voted, and I'm excited about what's getting ready to happen, and I hope we can pull some of this stuff in line come the 1st of January. Jordan, it's been a great show. Folks, thank you again for tuning in to the American Movement. God bless you, and have a great day.